What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is She. If you're new here, please make sure you press that subscribe button and come join the family. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. So guys, today, as you can read by today's title, I'll be talking a story time of how I lost my dad. So I'll first start with a disclaimer. I was 2 years of old, so the story I'm giving, it's a story I was given by my mom. Don't ask, oh, you were 2 years old, how do you know? It's a story I was given by my mom. And secondly, I'm not doing this video for sympathy or for anything like that. No, I'm just giving my life story, maybe to encourage someone out there that maybe how you were brought up or how you grew up doesn't define your future or doesn't define your tomorrow. So I'm not doing it for sympathy or for anything. I'm just doing it to encourage someone out there, and I hope it encourages someone out there. So I'll start by I lost my dad when I was 2 years of old, and my mom's usually told me that almost, I think, my birthday now, when I was turning 2 years of old, that's when my dad died. So I'll start from, so it was on a morning. I don't know the day, but it was on a morning. So my family, we are a family of four now: me, my dad, my big brother, and me. So we were just like a normal family, you know, waking up, doing the chores and all that stuff, just like a normal family. But we were not rich or anything. No, we were just a normal family. So my mom was doing the house chores, you know, washing the house and all those stuff. And then my dad, we had cows because we used to live in Kiambu, so we had cows, and my dad was taking care of the cows. So my dad was giving the cows food. So he went and got the first round of the food, and then when he went to get the second round of the food, he felt, I don't know, like it's a headache or something. He felt just the body is not right. So his brother was around, so he called his brother and was like, hey, can you hold the cow's food? I don't know how I felt, you know. So the brother came, and I think he had carried with the bag. So the brother came and took up the cow's food. So after he put the cow's food, I was told that he just fell and started removing this white stuff from the mouth. So they had to rush her to the hospital. So when they rushed him to the hospital, I think hakufika hosi, I think he died on the way, or immediately he died right before he arrived at the hospital. So, and mind you, that morning my mom tells me that he had woken up, gone to my grandma parents, visited them and all that. Like, he almost went and visited all the family members. You know, you can just be like, why did he visit them? You know, maybe he just wanted the last words from them. Like, you never know. But he visited his family members that morning before, like, they had started doing their house chores. So it was like a very funny death, and like, I don't even know, it was just a quick death. So that was the year 2001, and my big brother was only 9 years old, and me, I was turning 2. So my mom had to step up, you know, and be the mom and the dad, take care of us, because she had no choice, you know. It's her children, she had no choice. Now you can imagine my mom going to work with me because she has maybe nobody to leave the child with, so she has to go everywhere with me because I'm 2, I'm just a baby. Then on the day of the burial, I started crying. And since that day, I didn't stop crying. Like, I cried for almost an year or so. My mom was like, morning, night time, I was crying, and they didn't know what was wrong. I was taken to hospitals. There was nothing wrong. I was taken to churches, being prayed for. I didn't stop crying. Like, no one understood what was going on with me and myself. I didn't know I was doing. I don't even remember me crying. It's a story that I'm told. So you can imagine how hard it was for my mom. Like, she just lost her husband. This is a child crying non-stop. She's taken to hospital. Nothing is wrong. She's taken to churches. She's like, you can imagine how hard it was. But what I say right now is my mom is my hero, because she stood up and worked hard. Even if maybe, let's say, my brother was going to school and was sent home, she just made sure that either the following day or the other day, she would just find some money and take her back to school. And I can now, right now, I can just imagine how hard it was for her, but she did everything and made sure that even if it's something small, we had something to eat. Yeah. But right now, I try and work so hard, to give her the best, because she did everything she could for us. So I don't even know, but I don't want to get emotional, because that's something in the past. But right now, I just stay and ask myself, if my dad was alive, like, how would life be, or how would have life been growing up, But I'm like, it's God. Everything happens for a reason and a purpose for this life, and you can't question God. My mom used to tell me that for those children who don't have their dad, God is their dad. And I grew up knowing that God is my dad, because I don't have a dad, and I grew up just with my mom. I kept believing that God is my dad. And every time when I used to pray, or when I was praying, I used to keep reminding God, you're my dad. And that's what I know. So I believe that everything happens with a reason and a purpose. And by now, I grew up just seeing pictures of my dad. Even right now, I grew up just seeing pictures, because at 2-year-old, maybe even if I met him, I can't remember maybe any memories we shared or anything like that. So I just grew up with pictures of my dad, and I'm fine with that. That's what, let's say, God planned, and it's life. Yeah. So that's just a small story of my life. I just thought to come here and share it with you guys, but not for sympathy or anything, just to encourage someone out there that the family you were brought in, or how you were brought up, doesn't really define you. But there's something I always ask myself, sometimes I believe that my dad watches over me every minute and every second, because you can imagine just applying for green card once and winning. Yeah, that's God. That's God, because God is my dad. But I also believe that my real dad, wherever he is, he watches over me every minute and every second, because I believe I'm lucky, you know, being brought up by my mom. You just know your mom, you know. Yes, we have uncles, but you just know your mom and your brother, just the two of them. So I believe that everything that happens in my life is God, but still I believe that wherever my dad is, he watches over me every minute and every second. Because some things that happens in my life, I'm like, how did that happen? You know, how? But when you remember God is your dad and your real dad watches over you every minute and second, you just say, oops, I'm lucky. I'm lucky, y'all. Yeah, so that's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and